Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Sunday morning Bitcoin update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So it really does seem like Bitcoin is coiling up for a big move here. Obviously, that move could come to the upside or to the downside. We do have a nice shorter term trend to the upside, but clearly we have a from these recent highs, we could be very easily printing a lower high relative to this high, which could actually put us in a larger time frame downtrend. So we have kind of got a bit of a battle here. We've got this very short term time frame trend. We've got kind of this medium, we could call this a medium, this move up, but then we've got the when we've got the larger time frame, obviously high, low, potential lower high, and then if you wanted to zoom out just for a laugh, we obviously know that Bitcoin is up many thousands of X's. Yeah, we kind of have got a bit of a battle of time frames here. So I mean, what I kind of would expect here is pretty much what I've been saying for a while, is a potential sideways range, sideways trading between a predefined lower level and a predefined upper level that we potentially have defined at the moment, but we're not 100% certain. We could trade higher than trade sideways in the range. Basically what I think will happen is, if we are going to put in a lower high here, and we are basically going to come down and take this low out and go very bearish in the bull run. We've had the highs. If that is to happen, I think it will play out over a period of time, potentially into November, at which point we will just be bouncing around up and down within the sideways range, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of looking at for that to happen. And then clearly we can break down from there, come down, or we could then, after that consolidation, break to the upside. If you do kind of look after the big run up here, how long we traded sideways here for, and then also the actual size of these moves to the upside and the downside, whilst we were deciding that that's it for the time being, that may even be it for this whole bull run, maybe, I'm not saying it is, and then we came down. So yeah, we could see similar action here, which is why I'm kind of open to the idea that we haven't got these set ranges yet. I mean, we can't necessarily call it 42 anyway. We probably have to more call it 44, and then the upside we can potentially call it 53, but that could be expanded. We could end up with an expanded range, just based on how you can see how volatile price was when we did put this last top in. So like I said, I'm not saying we are putting a top in here, but I think we are looking for some interesting price action. If we were to be particularly bearish and break down from here and break down below, well, certainly below 42, 41, then yeah, it would start to look a very bad looking chart. So yeah, just something for us to be a bit wary of there. But like I said, if we are gonna break this 41, 42, come back into this range, potentially trade lower than 30k, I don't think we are just going to come down straight from here, even though I am potentially expecting an expansion of volatility. But even if that was to the downside, taking us from this $48,000 level to 42, it's still a pretty significant move. But then, like I said, I'd expect more sideways and more bounce, maybe even come back up and touch $53,000 level. So yeah, I do think we have got a pretty exciting time. If we do just start to pretty much trade sideways within a range, we could get a nice blow off in the altcoins. If there's lots of ifs here, but if this is the end of the bull run, which I would guess that it isn't, but it is just a guess. But if it is, then yeah, maybe we get one violent blow off top in the altcoins. Yeah, whilst we are basically trading sideways within here. If you want to go over to the Bitcoin dominance to see what that is kind of looking at, you can kind of see we've had this level Oh, we're not on the right chart here. Let me just go back to the Bitcoin, the correct chart. You can see we've got this level, this area drawn in. This would be a nice area for a potential blow off top in the altcoins. Anywhere basically between 35 and 39% BTC dominance, and then then that could be it. That could be the end of the bull market, and we could go into a bit of a protracted bear market. Maybe it won't be as deep as the bear markets we have previously seen in Bitcoin, but a bear market nonetheless. If we also want to look at the Ethereum Satoshi pairing, it is looking quite weak here. It is looking quite weak. We did try to break to the upside of this downward sloping trend line into the resistance, but we got rejected. We then looked like we were going to try and bounce off the top of the trend line, and we have actually found ourselves back down at the neckline. So this is not good. This is indicative of an expansion of volatility in the market leading cryptocurrency of Bitcoin itself, of which on that happening, Ethereum, the altcoins will struggle to keep up, which is obviously that would be what this price action coming down basically tells us. But yeah, so I think we are expecting a move. I mean, I don't really want to draw this in because I'm not sure how efficacious it could be, but we could be starting to form somewhat of an ascending wedge here, which we do know have a higher likelihood chance of breaking to the downside. So yeah, I mean, that could give us these moves into this area here, where we still don't break 50k, find weakness, and then just drop out of this of the pattern, and then potentially only down to 44,000, but maybe we do come lower. But yeah, we have got that potential in the making here, which that does indicate that we are gonna pump higher, if that is to play out, but ultimately just come down from a higher level. But obviously that doesn't have to happen. It could not be an ascending wedge, and either way we could break the upside trend line of this and continue upwards, and that would take us through the $50,000 level, and things would actually start to look a lot different then. Things will start to look good if we get back above 50,000. So other than that, it is Sunday. There's not really much to update. I mean, we can look at the move the DXY had and the close. We can look at the weakness in the stock market and the close. I do think we have got a big week ahead. But you guys, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and I don't really think it's going to be over anytime soon, realistically, with the QE, the money printing, the bond buying, all that cool stuff. So yeah, I have been listening to a bit of Kathy Wood recently. I have previously written her off, and I've had sort of like, not ridiculed is a bit of a strong word, but I have like poked fun at her in some videos before, and that's purely based on Tesla, on her views on Tesla, not on crypto, not on any of her other views. But she has got some very interesting views on crypto, and I did listen to some of her interviews, some extensive, like hour long plus interviews, and yeah, she's definitely does seem like she is onto something there, so far as her bullish analysis of crypto. So yeah, I would recommend any of you guys to potentially listen to her. Like I said, I had written her off, but purely from a Tesla perspective, but she obviously has a diversified portfolio. Tesla is the only one. I mean, we all in crypto know that Tesla is a lot more than just making cars, seeing as they're pretty much not really just making cars. Their valuations are based on other things. So yeah, a lot of that is potentially crypto related as well, so maybe that does all tie in. So yeah, interesting thing to listen to there. But yeah, other than that, guys, stochastics, actually look at the stochastics, but what I am kind of waiting for realistically is for the CME futures to open, the stock market futures to open, the basically cash markets to open on Monday, because we are at an interesting point in these markets. and it will be interesting to see price action in the next week or so, and we could be in for a pretty decent dive in the stock markets, at which point we would certainly have to expect crypto to get dragged down with it. Any other assumption would be somewhat irrational and irresponsible. But if we do, well, I'm on the wrong chart again, sorry. If we do have a look at this S&P, you can see that we have for quite a long time held this trend line, and we could even draw it back down even further back. And we do look like we are really struggling with it now, so we could be looking at a deeper than the corrections that we've been having. We could certainly be looking at a deeper correction. I would initially look at potentially, well, either this support level or this support level, which will extend along now. It seems like it could be of significance, and like I said, that'll drag crypto down. But I certainly don't think it will be the end. I think the Fed will just step in. Whatever rhetoric, whatever they're coming out with that has upset the market, they will reverse. They can't really do anything. They're literally just they jawbone. That's what it's called. They just jawbone the markets. They have no real effect on things. They can't actually do anything if you actually properly look into what they can and can't do. So yeah, there you go. I mean, realistically, all the Fed can do, and all the Fed has basically what it kind of bases a lot of its stuff in inverted commas, is that they can raise rates. What they can do is raise rates. So they think they can create any amount of inflation that is required to save markets or to do whatever, because they can easily basically reining that inflation by raising rates, like Paul Volcker did back in the 70s. But we actually know that they can't raise rates. They can't do that. The system is way too indebted now. It is an impossibility. So they work on a premise that they can create any amount of monetary inflation that they want, because ultimately all they got to do is raise rates, and they can calm that inflation down. And whilst that is true, they could do it. They can raise rates. They would basically immediately stop the inflation. They can't actually do it. They won't do it. Basically, they wouldn't do that to the markets, and the markets can't handle that. So anyway, there is our Fed rant for the day. I think I'm going to start doing some extra segments and videos just on some other things, because because I mean, I've got no real reason other than recently I've been getting back into more of my research mode, where I've been reading a lot more research papers and things, and yeah, they're just things that like I can probably summarize in quick 5-minute videos, and then just do them. And then just blast them out, basically. So yeah, there you go. We are also getting into the business part of the year. The last quarter markets do some interesting stuff. So I mean, that's also why it's just a kind of a habit to take a back seat for the summer months. You kind of sell in May and go away, but everyone's getting back to the desk now. Everyone's trying to mark up those yearly gains, those yearly profits, those yearly everyone's trying to basically make the most of the last quarter. Pump those numbers. So yeah, we need to pump our numbers as well. So yeah, there you go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.